Do you ever have those days when you feel like you're paddling upstream? Or perhaps those mornings when you really can't seem to get going? When I've been working hard, one of my favorite places in the world to escape to is Telegraph Cove on Vancouver Island and the whale watching that you can find there. I've done whale watching with large groups and enjoyed it, but I've also been lucky enough to go whale watching with the fellow, Jim Borrowman, and his boat, the Geekimi, that started Canada's West Coast whale watching industry. There's no jostling at the rails to get a good look at the whales around here, and for a whale watching junkie like me, 8 hours on the water to watch whale after whale is heaven. The waters off the east side of northern Vancouver Island are extremely rich in nutrients and a great place to hang out if you're a whale. Until a few years ago, there were no humpbacks here, but now they show up and I think they put on a heck of a show. These whales that we were watching are doing something that would be called lunge feeding or gape feeding, where these birds are doing all the work, gathering all the fish together, and then somebody ruins the party by coming up with a huge mouth. I enjoyed the show, but I'm pretty sure there were some hungry gulls after that one went by. So this whale is doing something that scientists call trap feeding. So basically he hangs in the water with his mouth open, and the fish that are trying to get away from seagulls or other predators take refuge in this big mouth. Only it isn't quite the sanctuary that they expect, and soon enough they're lunch.
Whoa!
But as fantastic as the humpbacks are, the real stars of the show are the orcas, or the killer whales, and everyone enjoys seeing them. But sometimes when you're looking for whales, you find other creatures, like these doll porpoise. Or these Pacific white-sided dolphins who love riding the bow wave. It's a lot easier to find a whale on a sunny day than a foggy day, but we didn't have a choice. A couple of mornings were so dim we couldn't see anything. We would stop the engines where we thought there might be whales and listen for blows. And soon enough, we got lucky, and we found the members of the I-4 Matre line. Watching that whale come out of the fog is a memory I don't think I'm ever going to forget. But most days, by noon, the fog would burn off and we would get to hang out with the killer whales. As you can see, there's a researcher here also watching these whales. And it turned out to be a pretty special day because it turned out to be a gathering of the clans. And what we had were whales from the A30, the A42, and the I-4 Matre lines come together in sort of the equivalent of an orca party, where they were all very happy to see each other. What I found so cool about these whales getting together was not the obvious enthusiasm they had at seeing each other, but was the communication and the language that we observed. By putting the hydrophone over the side of the boat, we were able to hear them calling to each other. After several hours of swimming up Johnstone Strait, they all turned as if on a dime. And these were whales that were spread out over a kilometer. But there was a signal made, and the decision was made to turn in the opposite direction. Perhaps somebody said, "free beer," in orca speak. I imagine the people in the kayaks got the thrill of a lifetime, as did the people on this larger boat. And when we weren't watching whales, we watched sea lions, like this colony of males here jostling about. There was a pair of bald eagles, immature ones, on the shore, and then a pair, well, maybe they weren't a pair, but a couple of bald eagles fighting in the air. Pretty spectacular. All too soon, it was time to leave our whales behind and pack up to head back to landlocked Alberta.